In this video, we'll focus on multiplication of decimals and mixed decimals. To multiply decimals and mixed decimals, the following procedure must be taken. First, multiply like whole numbers. Second, affix decimal point in the product where there should be as many decimal places as there are in the multiplicand and multiplier. So that you can understand clearly what has been said, let's have our first example. 8/10 times 3. 8 times 3 equals 24. We multiply like multiplying whole number. 24. Then, affix the decimal point. Where to affix our decimal point? How many decimal places do we have in our multiplicand and multiplier? We have only one decimal place. It's only 8. Therefore, there must also one decimal place in our product. So we will put our decimal point here. So the answer to the problem is 2 and 4/10. Next example. 7/10 times 4/10. 7 times 4 equals 28. We write 28 here. How many decimal places or how many digits can you see on the right or after each decimal point? We have 1 and 2. There are 2 decimal places in our multiplicand and multiplier. So there must also be 2 decimal places in our product. We will put our decimal point here. Then, write 0. Our answer to the problem is 28 hundredths. Let's work with another example. 12 hundredths times 6/10. We multiply as whole numbers. 6 times 2 equals 12. We write 2 here, then regroup 1 to the next place value. 6 times 1 equals 1 plus 1, that is 7. That's it. Count how many digits can you see after each decimal point. We have 1, 2, and 3. We have 3 decimal places in our factors. Therefore, there must also be 3 decimal places in our product. But there are only 2 digits in our product. What to do if that's the case? We add 0. Then, put our decimal point here. Our answer to the problem is 72 thousandths. To practice yourself, try to answer on your own our next example. You can pause this video while answering and resume it when done and check your answer if it's correct. You ready? Find the product. Find the product of 23 hundreds times 14 hundreds. 23 hundreds times 14 hundreds. We have 4 times 3 equals 12. Regroup 1. 4 times 2 equals 8. Plus 1, that is 9. Then next, 1 times 3 equals 3. And 1 times 2 equals 2. Those are the partial products. We will add those partial products. We'll bring down 2. 9 plus 3 equals 12. Regroup 1. 1 plus 2 equals 3. Affix our decimal point. So that we'll know where to affix our decimal point, let's count the digits after each decimal point. In our multiplicand, we have 1, 2. We have also 2 in our multiplier. All in all, we have 4 decimal places. But our product has only 3 digits. Again, we will add 0. Affix the decimal point and another 0 here. So the answer to 23 hundredths times 14 hundredths is 322 10 thousandths. You got it? I hope you do. Let us proceed to multiplying mixed decimals. Let's have our first example. 2 and 3 tenths times 5. We multiply like we multiply whole number. 5 times 3 equals 15. We write 5 here, then we regroup 1 to the next place value. 5 times 2 equals 10, plus 1 equals 11. Count the number of decimal places in our factors. We have only 1. So there should only be 1 decimal place in our product. So we put our decimal point here. So our answer to 2 and 3 tenths times 5 is 11 and 5 tenths. Let's work to our next example. 4 and 8 tenths times 5 and 2 tenths. 2 times 8 equals 16. We'll write 6 here, then regroup 1. 2 times 4 equals 8. Plus 1 equals 9. 5 times 8 equals 40. We write 0 here and regroup 4. 5 times 4 equals 20. Plus 4 equals 24. These are our partial product and we will add them up. 6, we will bring it down. 9 plus 0 is 9. Then 4, bring down 2. How many decimal places do we have in our multiplicand and multiplier? We have 1 and 2. There are 2 decimal places in our factors. Therefore, there should also be 2 decimal places in our product. So our decimal point must be here, so that we will have 2 decimal places. So our final answer is 24 and 96 hundredths. Another example. 3 and 24 hundredths times 5 and 2 tenths. Okay, again, we will go back to basic multiplication. 2 times 4 equals 8. 2 times 2 equals 4. 2 times 3 equals 6. Next, 5 times 4 equals 20. We will write 0 here. Regroup 2 to the next place value. 5 times 2 equals 10, plus 2 equals 12. We will write 2 here and regroup 1 to the next place value. 5 times 3 equals 15, plus 1 equals 16. Add up our partial products. Bring down 8. We have 4. 6 plus 2 is 8. Bring down 6 and 1. Then, to affix our decimal point, we should count how many decimal places do we have in our factors. In our multiplicand, we have 2 decimal places. We have 2 and 4. There are 2 of them. And in our multiplier, we have 1. We have 3 in total. So in our product, there must have 3 decimal places. To have that, our decimal point should be placed here so that we will have 3 decimal places in our answer. Our final answer in this problem is 16 and 848 thousandths. Let's have another example. Can you do our next example? I hope so. Pause our video while answering. Continue when done to see if you got it correctly. Let's have it. 9 and 12 hundredths times 2 and 71 hundredths. 1 times 2 equals 2. We have 1 and 9. 7 times 2 equals 14. We write 4 here. Regroup 1. 7 times 1 equals 7 plus 1, that is 8. 7 times 9 equals 63. 2 times 2 equals 4. 2 times 1 equals 2. 2 times 9 equals 18. Then, add up all the initial products. You have 2, 5, 21, you have 7, 14, and 2. We will count our decimal places. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. There are 4 decimal places in our factors, and for that, there must also be 4 decimal places in our product. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So our decimal point should be placed here. The final answer to the problem is 24 and 7,152 ten thousandths.